We're at Graham Rec Park for an AAC doubleheader between the Bluefield College Rams and the SAU Knights here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello, everybody. My name is Bailey Engel. Glad to have you with us on another windy day. You guessed it, at Graham Rec Park. First pitch from Lakin Sparks to Ashlyn Dial. The shortstop is outside, and the count is 1-0. Rams split their last doubleheader against Union College, picked up a crucial AAC win as Sparks fires another strike. And then SAU comes to town from Laurinburg, North Carolina. Rams really due for a big week here as they have a couple of games this weekend as well. That one hit out to center field, trailing back Pearson, and she makes the catch. So that's a good time to tell you who's out in the field for Bluefield. Over at third base, Carly King, and then at short, it will be Caitlin Pennington. At second base, Lauren Bailey, and at first base, closing out the infield, Meredith Throckmorton. Riley O'Neill completes the battery with the freshman Lakin Sparks. Out in left field, Gabby Mellick, and the flex player Taylor Strange plays in right field. A strike called to Nikki Santiago, the second baseman, batting second. Brennan Broadway batting third and playing at third base, while the center fielder Cassie Fortner will bat cleanup. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, trying to slap it away as the lefty misses. So the count at 0-2. Azucena Trujillo bats fifth. She'll be the DP. Pitch. It's been outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lexi Dawson will bat sixth and play at first base. The pitch almost hit her. That just flew inside. And the righty is now even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rachel Swartwood, the right fielder, will bat seventh. Raina Mondragon, the left fielder, batting eighth. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the afternoon for Lakin Sparks. And closing out the lineup for SAU in the gray jerseys with the blue helmets, will be Lucy Trujillo, the catcher. Well, just because where we are positioned here in the Appalachian Mountains, there are so many weather opportunities that are presented to us here as that one is fouled away. And the one that is constant is the wind, but luckily it doesn't look like there's going to be any rain today. Not that many clouds in sight. Mountainy backdrop right back over near center field. The 0-1. Swung on, popped up third baseline, and King charges to make the catch. 3 up, 3 down go the Knights, and Bluefield will come up to bat in the bottom of the first. Now going into the bottom of the first, Rams and the SAU Knights all tied up at 0-0. S.K. Brown, the right-handed pitcher, wearing a baseball cap, as are many of her teammates, both in the dugout and at first base with Dawson, going up against this Bluefield College Rams team. Caitlin Pennington, the senior from Chilhowie, Virginia, will lead it off. First pitch, and it's inside on the righty, but called a strike. Pennington led the Bluefield College Rams in average a year ago, has since dropped off, but still a senior leader for this team. Looking for a crucial conference win today. The pitch, and the 0-1 once again flies inside. This time it's called a ball. So it'll be Pennington, Bailey batting second and playing second. The center fielder Cam Pearson bats third in this one. 1-1. Fastball outside for ball 2. Then in cleanup, the sophomore from Smithfield, Virginia, Meredith Throckmorton, and batting fifth, Lakin Sparks, the pitcher. Riley O'Neill will catch and bat sixth as the 2-1 is swung on and grounded straight to Dial at short. Whips to first, kind of a low throw, but a basket catch made by Lexi Dawson. So the 6-3 put out to start out things in the bottom of the first, and when you hear that annoying song, you know it's Lauren Bailey. Bailey known as Peanut by her teammates, and has a song to go with it. Pitch. Trying to slap it there, and the fastball just flies right down the middle. That urges that St. Andrews infield to creep in. Pitch. Swinging a pop-up, second base, and charging up to get it Santiago. Already 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and that'll send Cam Pearson up to the plate. Senior from Tennessee, also a pitcher. We'll probably see her in the second game. And still blowing in, that American flag at full mast out in center field, blowing towards left as Pearson swings and pops it up right over the backstop and out of play. We're on top of a hill here at Graham Rec Park in Bluefield, Virginia. So that ball will likely roll down the hill and we might not see it again. S.K. Brown whips and delivers. That pitch line down the left field line, and it will go foul as she pulled it. So Pearson down quickly 0-2. So far in the year, she's having a good year at the plate. .429, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Looking over at Shelly Newton in her second year as the head coach of Bluefield College. 0-2. Fastball just missing outside. So waste pitch from S.K. Brown. 1-2. Swinging another pulled foul ball, just skyrocketing near the parked cars, right over that shed. And the count stays at 1-2 to Cam Pearson. So Shelly Newton mixing up the lineup where Cam Pearson plays in center. 1-2. Change-up is swung on and stroked deep left field, and that ball is out of here. 4th home run of the season for Cameron Pearson in Bluefield. Jumps on the board. It's 1-0.
You have to love me. You don't have to like me.
Another no-doubter, and finally we see the wind play to help Bluefield there. That line drive just flew right over the left field wall. So now that it's 1-0, Rams with a bit of confidence here in game 1 of the doubleheader. That'll send Meredith Throckmorton up to the plate, wearing number 24. Bluefield going with the charcoal gray jerseys for the first time at Graham Rec Park today. Well, SAU will wear the light gray jerseys, kind of look like baseball uniforms, with the buttons down the middle and that SAU patch on the right side. Here's Throckmorton. Fastball that crosses the letters, strike 1. Over the sophomore, she also had 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. So now Cam Pearson leads the team in home runs. Pitch. Throckmorton watches it go in. Rams coming into this game at 6-15, just 3-11 in conference. 1-1 to Throckmorton. Thought about it, but the fastball flies high and away. There's ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Throckmorton batting right-handed, has that wrist guard on her right hand as the ball goes just a bit outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Cam Pearson with a home run puts Bluefield up 1-0. Rams do a little bit better in game 1 of the doubleheader. As that pitch hits the outside corner. Throckmorton is a bit picky with her pitches. Tends to watch a lot. Payoff. Swung on and popped up. That'll fly over the backstop and out of play. Out trying to find a new game ball. S.K. Brown goes right back to the rubber in the middle of the circle. 1-0 Bluefield, wind blowing out towards left. Pitch. And Throckmorton just lasers it back to the backstop as a new gust of wind starts to flow in. Battling now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's been a while since Bluefield hit a home run. Playing in a streak of home games after canceling a ton in the month of March. Third payoff. Swung on and fouled back again. Throckmorton really battling. Now steps back in on the right side. Blowing out towards left. 3-2. Swung on and popped up. She pulled it again. That'll get out of here in a hurry. Foul. So Throckmorton just a bit early. He's fouled off a few right back to the backstop, and really on only one pitch she was late. St. Andrews into this game at 14-24. Also really due for an AAC win. Just coming into the conference record at 2-14. 3-2. High fastball she laid off. What a plate appearance from Meredith Throckmorton. So she's able that time to just lay off a ton of pitches, and she'll jog over to first with 2 outs. Bringing up to the plate now, the young player from Tazewell, Virginia. In her home county, Lakin Sparks, the pitcher. Sparks on the year just a .254 hitter, looking for her first home run. Pitch. Has 9 RBIs, but that fastball floats across the middle, strike 1. Already 1-0. The inning started off with a ground out from Caitlin Pennington. Lauren Bailey popped up to Santiago at second, and the home run from Cam Pearson. 0-1 is a bit high, and the count evens at 1-1. One. Fastball low, right across the ankles of Sparks. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's already 1-0 Bluefield with Throckmorton over at first base. Brown pitches. Fastball flares inside, slow pickoff move. And Throckmorton really didn't get back to the bag in a hurry, but not really a great fireball throw from Trujillo. 3-1. Fastball on the inside corner. And S.K. Brown has once again worked into a full count against a Bluefield batter. Have to see what Lakin Sparks can do here. The pitch, fastball high, and now she threw it down to second base. Didn't know it was ball 4. So that was a boneheaded effort, and Lakin Sparks moves over to first. Nobody was there to cover either. So 2 straight walks, and here's Riley O'Neill, the catcher. The junior from Tennessee just hitting .255 on the year. She has 2 homers and 10 RBIs. Last homer came against Brenau University, where the Rams were actually able to run rule one of the top-ranked teams in the entire conference. Well, the Rams hoping to get a crucial sweep in a doubleheader today against a conference opponent that's only won 2 conference games. Well, Riley O'Neill in this gray jersey will go back to wearing number 20 when the Rams had to go with their blue jerseys in the last game. O'Neill was number 32. So runners at second and first for Bluefield. Already 2 outs, 1-0. Pitch. Just a bit inside, but once again notching the inside corner, seeing that that might be the place to go for S.K. Brown. No balls and 1 strike. Wind blowing to left, 0-1. Swung on and just fouled back to the backstop again. So quickly up in the count is Brown. No balls, 2 strikes. Throckmorton and Sparks both on with walks. Limited amount of fans here in a windy, chilly afternoon. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the first inning is over. But a run scores on the home run from Cam Pearson, and Bluefield strands 2. It's 1-0 Rams. After the Cam Pearson home run, Bluefield leads 1-0 going into the second inning. And the 4-5-6 are due up to face Lakin Sparks here in the top of the second inning. It'll be Cassie Fortner's turn. Fortner hitting .268 on the year. The pitch, a fastball that goes across the knees, strike one. It'll be the center fielder Fortner, as Susana Trujillo, the designated player, and then Lexi Dawson. Pitch. Swung on and grounded hard down the third baseline, ricocheting hard off that fencing, and quickly down 0-2 is Fortner. So coming into this game, Lakin Sparks with a 7.47 ERA, 2-7 win-loss record. Had 54 in the third innings pitched as she whips in that one. Fouled away again, left side out of play. Has given up 105 hits so far, 76 runs, 58 of them earned. 19 walks and 34 strikeouts. 0-2. Change-up looping high. You could tell Fortner tried to send that one on a ride, but thought about it. That's probably one of Lakin Sparks' better pitches, is that changeup. We have seen some batters' knees buckle here. 1-2. Fastball flares outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. More Rams fans starting to make their way out to a beautiful yet windy day. 1-2. Swung on and pulled foul off the inside of the bat. And once again, it'll roll down the hill. Well, Sparks wearing number 21 right back to the rubber. Here goes the ball in her right hand. The pitch. Change up, bounced over to second. Bailey whips to first in time. You can tell another changeup, and Fortner decided to swing at the very last second. It's now 1 gone in the second inning, and it'll be Azucena Trujillo's turn. Trujillo hitting .281. Has no homers and 5 ribbies. Pitch. Fastball, good pitch. That was maybe the fastest one we've seen from Sparks, but it was a bit low. Already 1 out in the top of the second. Rams lead 1-0. 1-0. Swung on and bounced foul right behind O'Neal. Count evens at 1-1. See with Trujillo, her hands on her white and blue bat are kind of far apart on the handle. 1-1. Swung on and bounced through the 5-6 hole into left field. A base hit for St. Andrews in their first of the ball game. Now the Knights have a player on, and Bluefield will have to deal with the runner at first with 1 out. That'll bring up Lexi Dawson. Steps up on the left side. Southpaw with an open stance. Runner at first, the pitch. Bouncing outside, O'Neal with a good scoop. Gives it right back to the pitcher. Don't see that many left-handed hitters, especially that aren't intentionally trying to slap it down the first baseline. We'll have to see if Dawson does it. Well, she slices it foul that time right off the backstop. Evens the count at 1-1. Really a picturesque day here at the ballpark, but always cold. On the mainland, it's about 60 degrees today. As Dawson skies that one down the left field line, Mellick able to flare back and make the catch. She'll whip it into Bailey, so Trujillo will stay at first base. 2 gone, and here's Rachel Swartwood. Swartwood over the 300 mark, hitting .309. She has just 1 RBI on the season, though. Bunt laid down, third base side. King, no throw. And now Trujillo going to third, getting into a rundown, and she's making a bad decision here. Pennington chasing down, and she will tag her, pushing her down hard. And that one looked a little bit testy, but Trujillo with the base running mistakes, and there is out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, 1-0 in favor of Bluefield. Bottom of the second, Bluefield leads 1-0. Already looking good after the Cam Pearson home run. And it'll be Carly King, Mary Blake Avery, the DP in this one, and Gabby Mellick, the left fielder, batting third in this inning. Well, King rips it foul left side out of play. Well, she came in for Mary Blake Avery just a few days ago against Union, got a crucial RBI single, and put Bluefield on the board. They never surrendered that lead in the game against Union in Game 1. King has also pitched for Bluefield this year as she grounds that one foul again. So far hitting .259. Doesn't have a long ball yet, but has 5 RBIs. One of those, like we said, in the game against Union. Steps up to the plate on the right side, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the ball game for S.K. Brown. By the way, S.K. Brown stands for Sarah Kate Brown. Has a .533 ERA coming into this contest, 3-10 on the year with 89 1/3 innings pitched. That one flies inside on Mary Blake Avery. But it's called a strike. Usual third baseman from Menchville High School in Newport News, Virginia. Pitch. Rockets it foul, left side, out of play. Quickly down 0-2. That's hitting .241 on the year. She does have 2 homers and 9 RBIs. We were filming those short videos that we put out on social media, Twitter and Facebook. Pitch 2 is fouled straight back. Mary Blake Avery was probably one of the more creative ones and was very proud of the videos that were made there at the Dome that day and actually asked to have them on her own, so got to send them to her. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on for Bluefield, leading 1-0. Pitch. Popped up again right behind home plate. And that will go over our press box again. Press box is kind of a creative term. We don't really have much of a cover here, so luckily there is no rain today. No balls, 2 strikes, still to Mary Blake Avery. Pitch to the righty. Hit her on the thigh, and Bluefield has a runner on. So that's the 4th base runner of the ball game for Bluefield, and S.K. Brown really lost her there. Down no balls, 2 strikes, and then Mary Blake Avery still got on base. Now Elizabeth Burris, the head coach for St. Andrews, giving a few balls to the umpire. I'll bring up Gabby Mellick, freshman from Newport News, so got a couple of 7.57 natives in the bottom end of the lineup for the Rams. Batting left-handed, she might have to slap one here as Broadway moves up at third. Pitch popped up, third base side, foul territory. Broadway makes the catch in the grass, and Avery stays at first base. 2 outs. So Broadway charged up. She knew that was possibly coming, where Mellick was going to try to go inside out and send it into left field on a bounce, but Mellick just got too far under it. Back to the top of the lineup for Bluefield, and here's Caitlin Pennington. First pitch to her. Swing and a miss, going to second, throw there, tag, out, wow. What a play by Trujillo. Fixing up with Dial, and the tag laid down. Avery staying at second base. And Shelly Newton's going to try to talk this one over. It wasn't a good throw from Trujillo. Dial jumped in front, caught the ball, and tagged her behind her back. And Shelly Newton won't talk about this one much with the infield umpire. Now going with the home plate umpire. See if he had a better angle on it. This happened yesterday in baseball, and the call was not appealed. And the out will stand. So Avery taken off of the base paths after being hit by a pitch, and Pennington will lead it off for Bluefield coming up in the bottom of the third. We're headed to the third inning. Rams lead 1-0. Raina Mondragon will lead it off as Mondragon steps up to the plate on the right side. The 8-9-1 due up to face Lakin Sparks. Rams lead this one 1-0. First pitch, fastball in the inside corner, strike one. So Bluefield got on the board in the bottom of the first inning off of that 2-out home run from Cameron Pearson. 0-1. Well inside. Sparks looking into O'Neill, pitches. A little tapper foul, and it went right off of Mondragon's foot, so it's a dead ball. Mondragon under the Mendoza line at 185. Still searching for her first home run of the season, has 3 RBIs to go with it. Just 2 conference wins on the year for St. Andrews, and the Rams with 3 at 3-11. 1-2. Once again inside. Looks like Sparks trying to position that inside fastball to possibly jam up Mondragon. 0-2. Changeup almost across that plate, and O'Neill thought she had it framed up perfectly. Having the count at 3 balls, 2 strikes. No batting gloves for Mondragon. Payoff. Swung on, popped up, shallow right. Strange drifting back, and she'll make the catch. A little bit of wind on that ball. Seemed like a routine fly ball, and it ended up being one. So now to the 9-hitter, Lucy Trujillo. With just 1 out, Rams still leading 1-0. St. Andrews searching for their first run of the ball game. Just have 1 hit. And Azucena Trujillo got on with a first or a single and then rounded second, got herself into a rundown she couldn't get out of. Big swing and a miss for Lucy Trujillo, who's just hitting .213. 3 RBIs with no homers. Lakin Sparks in a bit of a groove here with the wind flowing out towards left. And the 0-2 is grounded on the backhand, snagged by King, whips to first, tag in time. Trujillo tried to slide into first base and came up with nothing. Good play by King to backhand spear it down the third baseline, and Meredith Throckmorton able to catch it with her high frame and lay down the tag. To the top of the lineup we go with Ashlyn Dial. First pitch, and the shortstop takes a fastball inside. The righty flew out to center field her last time up. 2 outs, top of the third inning. Rams up 1-0. 0-1. Rather, that was the 1-0 and make it 2-0 now. Most of the pitches from Lakin Sparks on these right-handed batters have flared inside. Pitch. And a hitter right in the knee. And Dial didn't even move out of the way of that one. Just let it hit her. So now SAU has a runner at first base, and that will send Nikki Santiago up to the plate. The only strikeout on the day for Lakin Sparks so far. Potential tying run at first base. Corner infielders in. The pitch showing a slap bunt, and the ball goes outside and low to the lefty. So King walking up on the third baseline. Have to see if Santiago will ground it over there. Pitch. Showing bunt again. Throw down to second. Pennington catches. And going back to first base, Ashlyn Dial. Got a healthy lead off at first base after that pitch and then decided it might not have been the best idea to go into scoring position. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch. Bunt. Fouled back right behind O'Neill. There's the first strike of the at-bat. Well, Bluefield's fielding holds up on this 2-1 count of Nikki Santiago. It's a big part of the reason why they got run ruled against the Bulldogs. 1-1. Fastball low. O'Neill looks over at first, and Dial will go back to the bag. 3 balls and 1 strike. They had 4 innings in the first inning, or 4 errors in the first inning. Pitch against Union as that pitch is just a bit low. Now throwing over to first base, Throckmorton. Trying to run her down, but it was ball 4 anyway. So Dial moves to second, and Santiago will get the base on balls with 2 outs. Well, there's some unfortunate shade with the wind. Pitch. Swung on and popped up, and that will zoom right over our little makeshift press box again. No balls and 1 strike. Thanks for everybody tuning in on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We'll have Bluefield's game on Friday as well. As more wind starts to blow and nearly blow our camera off. Folks, we need some better equipment as that pitch hits the outside corner. Quickly up 0-2 in the count to Brennan Broadway. Two runners on, choking up for the bunt. She fouled it off, and that is it. Deciding to bunt on 2 strikes, and there's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Lake and Sparks. So 2 runners left on base, no hits, no errors, and Bluefield leads 1-0 after 2.5 in the books. Caitlin Pennington to lead off for Bluefield in the bottom of the third. They still lead 1-0 after the home run from Cam Pearson in the bottom of the first. Rams with their leadoff batter, Pennington, going up 0 for 1. She was left at home plate in the bottom of the second inning when Avery got thrown down at second base by Lucy Trujillo. Pennington looking for her base hit as she swings and skyrockets that one out to deep left. Mondragon steps up and squeezes for out number 1. Now Lauren Bailey will try to avenge her pop-up to second base, stepping up on the left side. Bailey has proven to be one of Bluefield's most athletic fielders. Those double plays she has turned earlier on in the season have not been easy. Pitch. Fastball low and away. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Corner infielders playing in the pitch. Swinging a little flare into the glove of Brown, smacks it down, and that's going to be an E1. So Bailey on. It had a ton of backspin on it, so Brown tried to make that play. Plopped right out of the palm of her glove, and now Bailey is on at first base. So Cam Pearson 1 for 1 has Bluefield's lone hit. Runner at first. Righty to righty pitch. Fastball low and in. Trujillo has to throw it right back to the pitcher fast as Bailey beckons forth at first base. Sun right overhead here in game 1 of this doubleheader. 1-0. Fastball high and in. The Bluefield College president, Dr. Olive, making his way to the ballpark today. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at first, pitch. Right down the middle, Bailey going to second. Tag, not there. Matter of fact, Dial was well in front of the bag when she caught that, had no way to tag that time, and Bailey is in with a stolen bag. So that takes away the double play opportunity there. Here's Cam Pearson up in a 3-0 count. Pitch. Inside. Well, it looked like that was ball 3. So now the count is at 3-1. Bluefield playing a little bit of small ball when the batter's at second until where the catcher is positioned. As the 3-1 hits the outside corner, strike 2. Full count to Cam Pearson as she takes a look at that bat. Brown ready, rocks and deals. Swung on and bounced over to second. Santiago there, throw to first in time. So now 2 gone as Bailey moves to third base. Meredith Throckmorton had that long at-batter last time and ended up in a walk. Let's see if she can do anything here. 12 RBIs on the season as it got about 20 degrees colder as the sun hides behind a small cumulus cloud. Playing in the shade now, first pitch. Throckmorton watches it hit the inside corner, strike 1. Throckmorton really said, very picky with her pitches. Watches a lot of them. Pitch in the dirt. Good thing she was picky that time as ball 1. Second on the team in walks with 9. Riley O'Neill has 11. And now Throckmorton has 10. 1-1. Swinging a stroke right behind home plate. Foul ball, strike 2. Lauren Bailey got on with an error by the pitcher. Moved all the way over to third after the stolen bag. Ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. Inside corner, strike 3. Third strikeout for S.K. Brown, and Bluefield leaves a runner on after no hits and 1 error. They still lead 1-0 headed to the 4th inning at Graham Rec Park. More wind at Graham Rec Park, and the Rams lead 1-0 headed to the 4th inning. Lakin Sparks still in the circle as she pitches. And the first one goes on the outside corner to her first batter, and this one, Cassie Fortner. Fortner grounded out to Lauren Bailey. She's 0 for 1. Pitch. Swinging a line drive foul. Buddy Gallimore will have to duck, and he misses. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Fortner watches the fastball go outside and away. So here at Graham Rec Park, there's 3 fields. We're playing on the highest one, elevation-wise. There's about 2 at the bottom of the hill that get a little bit swampy. The pitch. Check swing outside, looking for an appeal. Did he go? Or did she go? No. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swung on, pops up down the left field line in fair territory. Melick backpedals and makes the catch. So the freshman gloves won for the 2nd time today, and Azucena Trujillo will step up to the plate as the only Knight with a hit so far in this one. She's 1 for 1 and gotten that big rundown with Caitlin Pennington, where Pennington shoved her down. And it kind of looked like Trujillo tried to sell it a little bit, but still a heavy push from Pennington. Pitch. Fastball across that SAU logo. Count 0-1. Pitch. Change up, popped up right side, and that will go right near that SAU dugout out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, grounded once again down the first base line. Rams have to find a way to try to sweep doubleheaders. So far this year, it looks like they expend a lot of energy in game 1 and then kind of come out flat in game 2. Now the 0-2. Fastball outside. Pitch. Once again, another changeup, swing and a foul ball, right side, and Throckmorton couldn't chase it down. The wind not helping. She raced to the right, and it flew right over her head, plopping in between her and Lauren Bailey. That one should have been caught. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. Swung on, popped up right side of the infield. Throckmorton calling for it, and doesn't make it look pretty, but she caught it. Already 2 gone, nobody on, 1-0 Rams. And that'll send Lexi Dawson to the left side of the plate for SAU. Open stance for the left-handed batter. Flew out to left her last time. Another soft pitch floats on the left side, and it's ball 1. Next pitch hits the outside corner as well. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Rams hoping for what could be their 4th conference win. The pitch, change up, just going right across the middle. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Lexi Dawson down. These Knights have to find a way to work on that changeup. They are not expecting it at all. Sparks looking in, whips and offers. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. Both teams with just 1 hit so far. Pitch. Another outside ball, just bouncing in the dirt. Ball 3, full count. St. Andrews, 10 games under 500. The pitch, swinging a liner right into the dugout of Bluefield. The Rams in a really similar position at 6-15. They've had to cancel so many games because of the snow we had here in Bluefield up as recent as this weekend. Payoff, another rocket foul, left side out of play. For St. Andrews, that's a team that doesn't have to deal with the weather as much. They're not too far from Myrtle Beach. Another payoff pitch. Swung on and driven out to deep left. Mellick going back, and that's gone. Home run for Lexi Dawson, and we're all tied up in the top of the 4th inning. Good job by Lexi Dawson fighting through those pitches, and that is her first home run of the season, make it RBI number 20. So she leads the team, and that is just the 2nd home run for SAU this season. Amanda Schaefer, who's not even in the lineup today, has the only other one. So all knotted up in the top of the 4th inning. It's 1-1. And that is just laying out there. Nobody's even went to get it yet. Kind of teasing Bluefield now. All tied up, and SAU has life. Rachel Swartwood up to the plate, showing bunt, and taps it foul right behind O'Neill. We've seen both times today where Lexi Dawson has gone opposite field. The first time she didn't get enough on it, and Gabby Mellick made the catch, but that time driving it left side, even as a right or a left-handed batter. 0-1. Rounded towards short. Pennington has it. Quick throw, low, scoop, and out. Good play by Throckmorton. That was a bang-bang play at first base, but a run scores on the first home run of the year from Lexi Dawson. We're all tied up at Graham Rec Park. Brand new ball game, all tied up in the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-1. Lakin Sparks will lead it off. Home run for Lexi Dawson, #1 on the year for the first baseman for the Knights. And now into the bottom of the fourth, Bluefield looking for a way to answer with Lakin Sparks, Riley O'Neill, and Carly King. Sparks was walked in her first plate appearance. Rams got on the board first back in the first inning with a home run from Cameron Pearson, her 4th of the year. Since then, have no hits. Sparks watches the fastball go near her shins for ball 1. Sparks' dad making most of the trips out to Graham Rec Park. 1-0. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes. One of the few local players for Shelley Newton's team. Now the 2-0. Fastball rising high. 3 balls, no strikes. Odd moment where there's no wind blowing our tripod over as the American flag in center field flows out to left. 3-0. Here's the pitch right down the mark. Strike 1. So Bluefield with a big week. They have Friday here at Grand Rec Park as that one hits the inside corner. Sparks was ready to go to first base. Senior Day on Saturday as well. Pitch. Swinging a tapper foul, third base side, and Sparks has worked her way into a full count. Those games going to be played against Tennessee Wesleyan. We're going to have the first one on Friday for you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. The second game, we can't make it. Payoff. Bounced through the 5-6 hole into left field. A base hit for Lakin Sparks. Second hit of the ball game for Bluefield has a hole, and here's Riley O'Neill. Have to explain ourselves because of that. Friday against Tennessee Wesleyan, that second game, get in the way. We're trying to make it fair and make sure that the baseball team will at least get their airtime as they play Montreat College on Friday. And Bluefield will be right back here on Saturday as they play Montreat as well. O'Neill spanks it down the left field line, a base hit for the catcher. Now Bluefield has 2 aboard with Sparks at second and O'Neill at first base with no outs. Here's Carly King. Struck out swinging to lead off the bottom of the second. Now trying to knock in Sparks as well as Riley O'Neill. 1-1 still the score. Homers in this game. One from Lexi Brown for St. Andrews and then one for Bluefield's Cameron Pearson, the center fielder. Pitch. Showing bunt. Bounces it right behind Trujillo. Strike 1. So Carly King in a position to really cement herself as one of the better players for Bluefield. After stepping into that third base position, Mary Blake Avery now at the DP. Fouled back, right panel of the backstop, strike 2. So King, just the freshman from Reiner, Virginia, went to Auburn High School. The 0-2. The freshman chases a high fastball, strike 3. She's gone down on strikes for the second time today. Strikeout number 4 for Sarah Kate Brown. Got to bring up Mary Blake Avery. She was plunked on the knee back in the second inning and was caught stealing. She was down in an 0-2 count, and that's really the only batter other than Cam Pearson that Brown has lost today. That pitch fouled straight back, out of play, strike 1. Avery makes her ways to the baseball games as well at Bowen Field when Bluefield swept Johnson University yesterday 2-0. Pitch. Ground ball through the hole into left field, a base hit. Staying at third, Sparks. She turns around and the bases are loaded as the ball skips into Trujillo at home. 3 singles for the Rams in the 4th inning, and it's Gabby Mellick's turn with 1 out. Looking for a way to get the lead. It's all tied up at 1-1. And Mellick, her last time, had a disappointing pop-up to the third baseman and Brennan Broadway. And Buddy Gallimore with that patented snarl over at first base telling her to swing through. Line drive center field, base hit. Sparks in, she'll score, and the runners go station to station. Bluefield takes the lead. Sparks able to score, fourth single of the inning for Bluefield. Rams are just poking him through. Now Caitlin Pennington comes up to the plate with the bases loaded and one out. Rams leading by one. Pitch from Brown. Well inside. And Melick with a big jump off at first base, kind of beckoning Lucy Trujillo to throw it down there. O'Neill stays at third base. Over at second, Mary Blake Avery. Now the 1-0. Swung on and hit high in the air down the left field line. Mondragon chases it down, makes the catch. O'Neill tagging, no throw home. And the sacrifice fly makes it 3-1. Meanwhile, Avery stays at second. Melick stays put at first base. So Pennington taken off, and now it is 3-1. At least she hit that deep enough to make sure O'Neill could score. Here's the pitch. Bailey sprays it back, foul, strike one. Good inning for Bluefield. Already 4 hits and 2 runs have scored off of S.K. Brown. Right after the game was tied up in the top of the 4th, courtesy of the home run from Lexi Dawson. So Bailey, the freshman from Suffolk, Virginia, steps up on the right side. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Rams looking for what possibly could be their 5th hit here with Bailey, who is 0 for 2, reached on an error last time. 0-2. Tried to chase a high fastball, and that bounced right off the pole behind home plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and first for Bluefield, now on a 3-1 lead. 0-2. Inside, runners stay put. Bluefield just swinging the bats here, not afraid in the bottom of the 4th. 1-2. Thought about it and laid off a high fastball. There's ball 2 and an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. An even count at the belt. S.K. Brown rocks and offers. Swung on, driven to deep left. Mondragon back, and that's going to hit the fence. Avery will score. Melick getting the green light to go home. No throw from Broadway, and it's a 2 RBI double for Lauren Bailey. Second extra base hit of the day for Bluefield, and that drills in 2 more runs. So it's 5-1 Rams. Good job of 2-strike hitting there from the freshman from Suffolk, Virginia. 4-run lead for the Rams, and now Cam Pearson tries to go opposite field, and it will fly near the tarp on the first base side. Pearson 1 for 2, had her 4th home run of the season back in the 1st inning. Rams have now put up 4 runs on the board in the bottom of the 4th. Now with 2 outs, Pearson trying to keep it going. Got the blue sleeves on, wearing the black batting gloves. 0-1. Pitch on the outside corner, a beautiful one at that from S.K. Brown. Other than the home run from Cam Pearson, that was the hardest hit ball of the day from anybody. Lauren Bailey with the frozen rope that just plunked off the fence. 0-2. Swinging a slow roller over to Broadway, whipped to first on target, and the side is retired. But the Rams able to score 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors, and Bailey left at second base. We'll head to the 5th inning. Rams up by 4 now. It's 5-1. Rams now with run support. They lead 5-1 into the 5th inning. Lakin Sparks pitches to Mondragon. That's a fastball right across Broadway for strike 1. 4-run scoring for Bluefield with 5 hits, including a 2-run double from Lauren Bailey with 2 strikes on her and 2 outs. 0-1. Well inside. Count 1-1. So the big hits in this one for Bluefield, the home run from Cam Pearson in the first inning, and then that 2 RBI double from Lauren Bailey. She nailed that one right off the fence. 1-1. Swung on and popped foul right side, and Strange can't track it down. Strike 2. On the 8-9-1 for St. Andrews, Mondragon Trujillo as well as Ashlyn Dial. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Great changeup. O'Neal with the tag and another strikeout for Lakin Sparks. That's her 3rd of the ball game. But boy, what a nasty change from the freshman. Lucy Trujillo will come up to the plate now. Grounded out to 3rd. She hit a hard hit ball down the 3rd baseliner last time, and it was a good snare from King. Fastball skips inside ball 1, and it was an even better tag from Meredith Throckmorton on a high throw from Carly King, who had to try to rush it. Bluefield playing pretty young. Young player at the rubber for Bluefield as that pitch goes on the outside corner. It's now 1-1. Freshman at 3rd, sophomore at first base, a freshman in left field. On the 1-1. Hard hit, but foul down the 3rd baseline, rolling around the boards out to Gabby Mellick in left field. 1 out, 5-1 the score. Scoring in that last inning, Lakin Sparks with a single. O'Neal followed suit, as well as Mary Blake Avery and Gabby Mellick, who drove in a run. 1-2. Swung on and hit high in the air out to left field. Mellick chasing up, and it'll let her bounce right in front of her. And there is a single for Trujillo. Back to the top of the lineup now with Ashlyn Dial. Have to see what Dial can do here. She was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning and flew out to Caitlin Pennington, or rather that was Cameron Pearson out in center field in the 1st inning. Pennington has played in center. She did that in the series against Union. The pitch, inside corner, notch for a strike. Glad you are with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We have games this Friday against Tennessee Wesleyan, as well as Senior Day on Saturday against Monterey. Showing bunt, perfect one, laid down. Throckmorton gobbles it up, throw to first low, and Bailey able to make the catch, but not in time for the out. It's a bunt single for Ashlyn Dial, and SAU has 2 runners aboard. Here's Nikki Santiago, 0 for 1, struck out swinging as the slap hitter was also walked in the 3rd inning. Wind blowing out to left still. Both home runs we have seen today have been to left field. Pitch, another bunt, laid down, back to Sparks, whipped to 3rd there, and no throw from King to turn the double play, but a good play by Sparks, and a great decision to wipe Trujillo off of the base paths. That's 2 outs. Dial moves to 2nd. Santiago on with a fielder's choice at 1st. So 5-1 Rams, and Brendan Broadway will try to change that as she walks up to the plate on the right side. Pitch. Hard hit ground ball into left field, straight to Mellick, bounces off of her, and now Dial will get the green light to go home, sliding in for the 2nd run for the Knights. RBI single for Brennan Broadway. It was a hard hop for Mellick, who just waited for it, hit her right in the chest, and then bounced in front of her, but still likely not to get Ashlyn Dial, who was on a mission to get home. 5-2 the score. Now timeout called by Riley O'Neal. We have seen her do this in these chats before. Bluefield with a good amount of run support, though. They lead by 3 runs. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Cassie Fortner 0 for 2. And it looks like some of that magic that was working in the first 4 innings on the fastballs from Lakin Sparks might just wear off, as expected, moving into the 5th. Probably see Cameron Pearson in Game 2, but what usually we see is Sparks getting the start in Game 2. Shelly Newton mixing it up and giving her freshman the ball in Game 1. 5-2 the score. Here comes Fortner, first pitch. And the righty pops it up foul, left side out of play. Wind flowing back towards home plate again. Have to see if Sparks goes fastball pitch. She does, inside corner. Umpire likes that one, strike 2. And Sparks is just a strike away from getting out at the top of the 5th. A run has scored. No balls, 2 strikes. Sparks looking in. Might go change up. Pitch. It's a fastball off the glove of O'Neal, and the wild pitch will bring both runners in scoring position. Broadway to second and Santiago at third. So now the only forces at first base, but Lake and Sparks trying to strike out Fortner for the first time today to possibly get her 4th strikeout. 2 outs. Pitch. And a bunt fouled away on 2 strikes. That's the second time today that St. Andrews has decided to bunt on 2 strikes and gone down with a foul ball. Can't really reason with that, but 4 strikeouts on the day for Lake and Sparks, while a run scores on 2 hits, no errors, or 3 hits rather, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Rams still lead though, 5-2, going to the bottom of the 5th at Grand Rec Park. SK Brown's day is done as Bluefield leads this one 5-2. And now the new pitcher in is Nancy Amos. Amos on the year at .295 ERA, a winning record of 9-8. First pitch to Throckmorton is a fastball across the letters for strike 1. Rams so far leading this one 5-2 after scoring 4 runs in the top of the, or in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now we're in the bottom of the 5th. Another run coming across for St. Andrews in the top of the 5th as that one is driven deep on the left side, and that might have hit a car out near the shed. No balls, 2 strikes. Amos ready. Whips and offers. Swinging a pop-up going on the right side, and that'll go out of play, rolling in towards the parking lot. 5-2. Bluefield looking for possibly their 4th conference win. See if Lake and Sparks can hold on. Chasing on an outside pitch. Trujillo lays down the tag. Don't know if it was necessary, but a strikeout for Amos in her first batter she saw today. All 5 runs allowed by the starting pitcher in this one, S.K. Brown, all earned. Pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Bluefield finishing the day off of S.K. Brown with 5 hits, or 6 hits rather, as the pitch goes outside. Ball and a strike. Lakin Sparks with a single and a run scored in the 4th inning. She's 1 for 1 with a walk in the 1st. Pitch. Once again, high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wind blowing out towards left. The offer. Inside corner. There's another strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Riley O'Neill on deck. She also singled. Sparks actually led off the bottom of the 4th inning. And all that started for the Rams, putting up 4 runs. Pitch. Swinging a hard hit ground ball. Foul territory, though. Diving play made by Brennan Broadway. Not sure why she tried to dive there. It was going foul. It was going to make it even tougher for herself. But luckily for her, ball landed in foul territory anyway. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the pitcher. Pitch from Amos. Just a bit outside. There's ball 3. Count 3-2. Riley O'Neill on deck. Rams leading by 3 runs. Pitch. Check swing, ball 4. And that pitch just a bit outside. So a strikeout and a walk to start off Nancy Amos's day. More wind blowing from right to left. Everybody just cold here. Luckily the sun out. I gotta say, when the rain came with the wind, when Bluefield played in that doubleheader against Hiwassee College, that might have been just the worst days we've had here. First pitch just a bit low and away to the catcher, ball 1. O'Neill 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored in the 4th inning. It's almost a completely different climate up here. Pitch. It's a bit outside, but hitting the corner that time. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the shade going on the mountains. Pitch. Well inside. O'Neill tries to drive it and just fouls it away behind the backstop for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just one out, and now we need a game ball. Newton will get one and give it right back to the pitcher. Sparks on with her second walk of the day at first base. Dawson Broadway playing in on the corners. 1-2. High fastball. Trujillo stared down Sparks right back to the pitcher. For St. Andrews at 2020, they don't get that many games canceled playing Myrtle Beach. Pitch. Just a bit outside. There's ball 3 down again. We're at the bottom of the 5th inning. Scoreboard says 6. That one popped up left field. Mondragon moving up. Makes the catch. Sparks will go back to first base. Now 2 outs. Here comes Carly King with 2 outs, trying to find her way on the base paths for the first time today. Kate Brown actually struck her out twice. 1 of 4 strikeouts for the starters as that pitch goes in for a strike on the knees. And King, after jumping out against Union, trying to find a way to keep that going. 0-1. Popped up behind home plate, and Trujillo makes the uneasy catch for out number 3. Good play by the catcher as Sparks is left on base. No runs, no hits, no errors, and Sparks left at first after the walk. Going into the 6th inning now, Bluefield leads 5-2. Azucena Trujillo leads it off against Lakin Sparks as Bluefield and St. Andrews go into the 6th inning. Stepping up to the plate, Rams lead 5-2. Trujillo, the designated player. So far on the day, 1 for 2. First pitch. Swinging a slow roller on the left side, charging King. Throw to first. There. And Trujillo falls to 1 for 3. Of course, she was tagged out hard by Caitlin Pennington back in the 2nd inning, which has inevitably became one of the bigger highlights of this one. Already 1 out, and here's Lexi Dawson. She has that homer back in the 4th inning. Went opposite field, and now an eerie moment where the wind has stopped. Let's just enjoy it for a second. Here's the pitch, and the lefty watches the fastball miss away. And just as I say that, here it comes again. Pitch on the outside corner. Folks, I really haven't been a part of anything like this where the wind is constant. It's like being out in the middle of the ocean. Ball and a strike. The pitch. Low. And if we were out in the middle of the ocean, there would be white caps everywhere, and our boat would have capsized by now by about the 2nd inning. 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Actually make that 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Lexi Brown with just the 2nd home run of the year for St. Andrews as a team. 2-2. Fastball high. And for Bluefield, Cam Pearsons was number 11 on the season. Sparks looking in at O'Neill and a time called by Lexi Brown. St. Andrews trying to get into it. Not exactly out of it yet. We're just in the top of the 6th inning. Open stance, the pitch. Flares outside, and Sparks, you can just hear the frustration there. There's another walk. Dawson on as that pitch bounced in the dirt. Rachel Swartwood will step up to the plate. 0 for 2. Headed to a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning and grounded out to Pennington at short in the 4th. Well off the plate on the left-handed side. Pitch, Swartwood trying to poke it on a bunt. Called a strike as she couldn't pull back. And O'Neill with a long stare down at Lexi Dawson forces her right back to the bag. It'll be a good one here in Bluefield, especially if St. Andrews is able to get the runner on here. The pitch showing bunt again. Throw to first. Bailey dropped the ball. No tag applied. And Swartwood was able to pull back that time. It's ball 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-2 Rams. King playing up on the third base side, trying to get this one. The 1-1. Showing bunt. Doesn't pull back. Strike 2. Got to see if St. Andrews will get the green light to go ahead and bunt here. They have struck out twice today on bunt foul balls with 2 strikes. I have not seen that in a long time. On the 1-2. Swinging away and miss. Strike 3. So striking out anyway. There's strikeout number 5 for Lakin Sparks. So the freshman from Tazewell, Virginia meets in the middle, and it looks like a pinch hitter coming in. And the new batter will be Avery Korn, the freshman, 5'1", standing on the right side of the plate. Lucy Trujillo coming up next. Raina Mondragon was the batter intended right here, but now Korn steps to the plate. Pitch. Outside. Korn just at 125, has 16 at-bats on the year, and just 2 hits with 1 run. Does have an RBI. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Lincoln Sparks has already worked for 2 outs. Lexi Dawson on at first with a walk. I think maybe Lincoln Sparks could be getting a little bit tired here, but moving into the 6th inning, only 1 more to work possibly. 1-1. Change up, grounded right back to the freshman pitcher. Lobs to first in time, and that is it for the top of the 6th. After the walk from Lexi Dawson, 2 straight outs, no hits, and 1 runner left on base. Going to the bottom of the 6th. Rams commanding now, lead by 3, 5-2. Rams lead 5-2, going with Mary Blake Avery to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Second inning of work for Nancy Amos. She struck out 1 in the 5th. S.K. Brown got the start for St. Andrews, now looking for Amos to make it a little bit better here as Avery pops it up, shallow left, stepping up Mondragon, and it bounces between both her and Ashlyn Dial. Now Mary Blake Avery on at first base with a single. It looks like Mondragon re-entered the game even after the pinch hit. Now here is Gabby Mellick, a single for Avery. The pitch, check swing on a high pitch. She went around, strike 1. So Mellick getting a little antsy there on the high pitch. And it's strike 1. 5-2. Rams scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th off of 5 hits. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Once again, chasing some high junk. And Amos is up in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Now the scoreboard says a ball and a strike. Mellick calling time and going back on the left side. Runner at first, pitch. Swung on and popped up. That will flow over our press box again. And the count stays at no balls, 2 strikes. And somebody got a text message. Pitch. Like with a tapper, right back to Amos, whipped to first there. And the swinging bunt will move Avery to second base. Meanwhile, Mellick falls to 1 for 3. She had an RBI back in the 4th inning. Now to the top of the lineup, here's Caitlin Pennington. So Shelly Newton greets Gabby Mellick right near the dugout with a good job, doing what she was supposed to do, moving the batter over to second. Newton calling time and making sure that a new ball will come. And Mary Blake Avery staying at second base. Newton might be calling for a courtesy runner, and she will. Michaela Phoenix, rather than a courtesy runner, a pinch runner. Newton will talk this one over with the umpire, making sure everything's okay with it. Phoenix will likely run in second or at second for Mary Blake Avery. Player from Shawsville. After the other notification, nobody has figured out how to unplug the phone from the aux. And no change will be had. So after all that, Caitlin Pennington steps up to the plate with just 1 out. Pennington 0 for 2 has a sacrifice fly in the 4th. Drove in Riley O'Neill on that foul ball. The pitch just a bit outside, a healthy lead for Mary Blake Avery at second base, and she goes back. Pennington walking up on the right side. They could use her here. Just a 3-run lead for the Rams. Lakin Sparks trying to finish it off in the 7th. Pitch right down Broadway. Strike 1. Throw to third. Tag. Avery is in time at third base, and the umpire called it a strike. And that is going to be another conference, and it looked like Avery was beat, but the tag might not have been in time. So Avery has tried to steal 2 bases today. Now she's 1 for 2, and a conference between umpires. Not sure how they're going to overrule this. Wasn't a great tag from Broadway. Have to see what they decide here. And she is safe. A stolen bag for Mary Blake Avery over at third base now. Meanwhile, the count even at 1-1. And Elizabeth Burris, the head coach of St. Andrews, not exactly thrilled by that one as she goes to the dugout on the first base side. In the bottom of the 6th, pitch, low and away. So Pennington just trying to put it in play to score her designated player over at third base. Avery led it off with a single in left. 2-1. Swinging a tapper right behind Trujillo, strike 2. With an even count, the shortstop trying to find her first base hit of the afternoon. We're in game 1 of the doubleheader. Likely to play right after about a half an hour break. Let the players walk down the mountain to go to the bathroom and maybe eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. 2-2. Once again, high and outside. And a full count to Caitlin Pennington. 1 out, infield in for the Knights. They're going home on a ground ball. Pitch, swinging a drive deep to center field. Fortner back, and that is going to hit the fence, and Pennington still going. Fortner staying down on the ground. Pennington in with a triple, and she drives in a run to make it 6-2. After Fortner hit the fence, she stayed there for a second. Couldn't exactly tell if the ball cleared it. And the throw came in, but a triple for Pennington, her first base hit of the afternoon. And Bluefield now leads 6-2. We're going to take a break, make sure that Cassie Fortner is okay in center field. But the Rams now with a 4-run lead in the bottom of the 6th. Fortner now seems to be okay, gets up on her own accord and goes towards the dugout. Azucena Trujillo, previously the designated player, will move into center field as the new center fielder. Or seemingly it looks like that's what's going to happen. Actually, Ashlyn Dial moves out to center, who was previously the shortstop. Broadway moves to third, and Azucena Trujillo now at third base. So after the RBI triple from Caitlin Pennington, Bluefield jumps their lead up to 4. It is 6-2 with one out in the bottom of the 6th. So just looking for the insurance to put the Rams above enough so they can get just 3 outs and call it quits in game 1. Bailey Engel here. We're having fun at Graham Rec Park through the wind in Bluefield, trying to find their 4th conference win of the season. Lauren Bailey steps up to the plate. She had one heck of a hit back in the 4th inning. She's 1 for 3, but had an RBI, 2 RBI double, I should say, back in the 4th inning. That was with 2 outs. Smacked it off of the left field wall. Now Pennington waits at third with just 1 out. Nancy Amos still in the circle for St. Andrews, and there's the song. So now she walks up on the right side of the plate. First pitch. Fastball right across the middle, strike 1. Rams searching for possibly what could be their 7th win of the season and their 4th conference win. 0-1, showing bunt, lays it down, foul ball first base side. The Rams a big conference weekend coming up against Tennessee Wesleyan as well as Montreat on Saturday. And then on Monday, they have to go down to Columbia, South Carolina to play against Allen. 0-2. High and away, gets past Trujillo. Pennington coming in, slides safely. And Bluefield leads 7-2 after the wild pitch. Good jump for Caitlin Pennington. No doubt she was going to go there. Not exactly a deep backstop, but Pennington rolling the dice anyway, sliding in feet first to give Bluefield a 5-run lead. First ball to Lauren Bailey, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. Swinging a soft grounder off the end of the bat, straight to short. Brought away, Rockets to first in time, 2 outs. Now 2 runs for the Rams in the 6th inning. Couple of hits. Mary Blake Avery got on with a single, and Pennington's RBI triple drove her in. And came in on the wild pitch. Here comes Cam Pearson stepping to the plate with nobody on now. Had a homer that got Bluefield started back in the 1st inning. A rise ball moves quickly away. Ball 1 to the righty. Since then, it's grounded out to second base and third. So just another refresher. Azucena Trujillo now at third as Cam Pearson flies that one to right. Swartwood steps up and makes the basket catch for out number 3. That could possibly be the last time we see Bluefield with the bats in their hands in game 1. They lead 7-2. Lakin Sparks trying to finish it out in the 7th inning for Bluefield. Bluefield is just 3 outs away from what could be their 4th AAC win of the season. And leading off in the bottom or the top of the 7th, it'll be Lucy Trujillo in the 9-1-2. Due up to face Lakin Sparks looking for a complete game victory. Sparks has done a good job. Not that many hits allowed as the Jonas brothers continue to play. Just 5 hits on the day. The big one, a homer from Lexi Dawson in the 4th inning. That actually tied the game at 1-1 before Bluefield put 4 runs on the board back in the bottom of the 4th inning. 7-2 they lead. The pitch, swinging a foul ball, spraying back towards the backstop, strike 1. So we're likely to see Cam Pearson in Game 2 as the starting pitcher. Have to see where Lakin Sparks will start in the field. Last time she played at shortstop and Pennington was pushed out to center, where Pearson is now. Wind, a little flow towards home plate, and a fastball grooves in. Trujillo 1 for 2. Singled in the 5th inning and grounded out to third her first time up. And the 1-1 to the righty. Hard pull foul ball off the back or off of the dugout of Bluefield on the third base side. Rams just at 6-15, 3-11 in the conference. Knights are 2-14 and 14-24 on the year. 1-2. Swinging a pop-up, shallow left center. Pearson converging and makes the catch. So an F8 into the books, and Bluefield is 2 outs away from taking Game 1 away from St. Andrews. Here's Ashlyn Dial, 1 for 2. Was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning and also singled in the 5th. Came around to score. Sparks looking good. The freshman deals. Fastball right down the pipe. Strike 1. The Rams can swing a couple of wins this week. That'll be a huge win for them. Pitch. Hard hit ground ball straight to short. Pennington with a low throw at first, caught by Throckmorton, and they are just 1 out away from the win. Nikki Santiago, the last chance. 7-2, Rams on top by 5 runs. Top of the 7th with 2 outs. Pitch. Slake's foul on the left side, out of play. Lakin Sparks looking for her 3rd win in her collegiate career. Pitch. Outside, trying to slap it forward. Santiago couldn't get it. Ball and a strike. She is 0 for 2 with a walk in the 3rd. Has her baseball cap under her batter's helmet. Backwards pitch. Santiago watches the next one fly high. There's the second ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rams with a 5-run lead. One, 2. Swing and a miss. Rather, that was the 2-1. Got to get the scoreboard right. Now the count is at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santiago awaits. Pitch. Hitter. Tried to slap it, hit her right in the elbow, and now St. Andrews has a runner on with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Second time Sparks has plunked a batter today, and that will go to Brendan Broadway now. Right-handed batter with the pigtails coming out of the blue baseball helmet. 7-2, Rams on top by 5. The wind still blowing, looking for a win here. Pitch. Hard hit ball off the glove of Sparks. Pennington picks it up, throw to first, out. What a play. Pennington with a fist pump, and Bluefield wins this one 7-2. Wasn't the easiest way to get that play done, but Pennington stayed with it and threw Broadway out at first. So now St. Andrews falls to 14-25 with a 2-15 record in the AAC, while the Rams improved to 4-11 in the conference and now 7-15. The win will go to Lakin Sparks, who's now 3-7 on the year. What a day for her, really allowing her team to back her up with some good plays in the field, as well as a few strikeouts with a freshman pitcher. Now on the other side, the loss will go to S.K. Brown, who is now 3-11 on the season. Going to be right back for you in about half an hour for Game 2 of this doubleheader, but reminding you the final score, my name is Bailey Engel. Rams win this one 7-2.